Hey gang, long time no see. My name's Patrick Goodman, for those of you who are new here, and I can't see how you couldn't be new here at this point. I am a freelance writer. I do most of my freelancing these days for Star Trek Adventures by Modiphius Entertainment, and inspired by a bunch of people who've been doing this very same thing, I am going to be doing an actual play. Today's going to be character generation for Star Trek Adventures Captain's Log, which is the solo version of the game. So, this game is designed, it's a journaling game, just one person, all you need is 2d20. It's a very streamlined version of the 2d20 system that powers Star Trek Adventures, and it is designed for either solo or co-op play. You can do it both ways. So we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to go straight past all of this stuff, which has been covered very thoroughly since the game's release. We're going to go straight to reporting for duty, which is where the character creation process starts. And for this, we're going to do life path creation, which is probably the most popular way. There's another way that maybe we'll experiment with a little further down the road, but we're going to start here. Now, a lot of the actual plays have been starting with just randomizing everything, because you can do that pretty easily through here. They've got a random era table, and then you got random choices of species by era. So I, on the other end, had kind of an idea what I want to do. For the era, you'll notice that, I've got the Discovery cover right here. The book comes with 4 different covers. It's all the same stuff inside, but it's got 4 different covers. So I was going to play with the 32nd century. Huge, unexplored piece of canon real estate. Not 100% sure whether I'm going to go just before or just after the Discovery arrives there from the 23rd century. But we will deal with that in a moment. But I'm just going to put era. Discovery 32nd century. And I know that I will, for purposes of this, I'm going to play a human who has been cybernetically enhanced. So we're going to be able to, the first step, choose species, is pretty easy because I've already got an idea. So there is that. So that part was easy enough. Now I've got an Excel spreadsheet that I use to keep my math honest. I've already got the starting values in here. Everybody starts with a value of 7 in the attributes: control, daring, fitness, insight, presence, and reason. And they all start with a 1 in the 6 disciplines: command, con, security, engineering, science, medicine. So I use this to keep my math honest because I lose track of things really, really easily. So we've got our starting points, got our species. Flowchart. So we've got the starting points. now we go and put in +1 for 3 attributes. Now with humans, oops, passed in there. Humans, you can add 1 each to any 3 attributes you want. There's nothing specified because humans are very adaptable in the Star Trek universe. Since I know I'm going to be cybernetically enhanced, I am just going to use the values for cybernetically enhanced. So +1 to control, fitness, and reason. Control, fitness, reason. So that's got step 1 sorted out. Step 2, environment, setting or conditions. Now, home world. In the 32nd century, Earth is withdrawn from the Federation. And I'm pretty sure that I want to be Starfleet. So, I don't think homeworld's going to work for what I have in mind. Now, did he grow up on a starship or starbase? That's very likely. On a frontier colony, busy colony, any of these 4. But since I'm not 100% sure, we will just roll on this here probability matrix and see what we come up with. And I came up with a 16, which is starship or starbase. Born and lived deep space. Which is probably not that unusual in this particular era. Alright, so let's go back to our flowchart. So the environment gives us +1 to an attribute, +1 to a discipline, and a value. Let's tackle the value first. This is all over. We should have 4 of these. Grew up on a starship. He's going to have a deep feeling about his crew and his family. But let's take a look at, all right, he grew up on a starship or a starbase. Grew up in space, traveling aboard a starship, raised in space, learn the ins and outs of shipboard life as children. Many are groomed for leadership or learn to fly a shuttle in their formative years. So the value, the character gains a value reflecting the environment and culture they were raised in. So for this guy, we will say, let's my crew is my family. Not out of line with what he would be raised to think, I believe. The attributes, he can increase either control or insight by 1, and either command, con, or engineering by 1. So let's go with, he's already got a +1 to control from his step 2. Let's bump his insight up 1. Command, con, or engineering. Well, I know I want this guy to end up as the captain of a starship by the time we're done here. How did he come up? I think his folks might have been engineers. So we'll increase his engineering by 1. Okay. So there is that. There is stage 2. So that's step 2. Let's take a quick look at 3. Early outlook, upbringing, caste, or aspiration. So here we have early outlook. You've got either an upbringing, Starfleet, business, trade, agriculture, rural, science and technology, artistic, creative, diplomacy, and policies. You've also got, just for sake of comparison, you've got Klingon castes from the Klingon Empire core rule book, which is kind of their version of upbringings. And then from the player's guide, you've got aspirations. I wanted to explore, I wanted to fly, that sort of thing. I believe I am going to stick with upbringings, and this seems obvious to me. Starfleet. Upbringing. Starfleet. Okay, so what does this get me? Character accepted this upbringing. The orderly, purposeful life increases their control by 2 and their fitness by 1. If we rebel, increase daring by 2 and insight by 1. No, this guy's Starfleet all the way. The discipline, we can choose any of the disciplines we like. This guy is going to get Control 2. Control 2. Fitness of 1. And I can increase any of these. He wanted to fly. He liked flying. So we're going to increase his con by 1. There we go. There's that. Character gains a single focus. Should relate to their connection to Starfleet. Well, he probably grew up having the Starfleet protocols just all around him. He knew what was going on. So let us skip a line there. Focuses. Starfleet protocols. And now comes the big one. Education, Starfleet Academy. Step 4, education. Here we go. Now, since I know he's going to be a starship commander, I think we're just going to skip straight to command track, but you can randomly choose among the 3 major divisions: command, operations, and sciences. So he gets a value. Let's add a value here. And this is something I got off of Discovery. It's something Captain Pike said in the 2nd season. Starfleet is a promise. Alright. There is the value. Now for attributes, we can add 3 points to the attributes, which can be split between 2 or 3. So you can either have 3 attributes go up by 1 each, or 1 by 2 points and another one by 1. Let's take a look at our attributes here. Now, these are already well ahead. I think I am going to go with 1 apiece for 3 different attributes. His daring definitely needs a boost, as does his presence. So right now his leading are control of 10 and a fitness of 9. Everything else is an 8. Where do we want this 3rd point to go? We're going to say that it's going to go into insight. Now I can increase command or con by 2, and then I have 2 other disciplines to increase by 1 each. We're going to increase command by 2. Increase security by 1. And we're going to increase his science by 1. And he gets 3 more focuses. Let's say he is a decent shot. So we're going to put hand phasers there. He likes to fly. It's not necessarily his forte, but he likes to fly. And he has an engineering background because his parents, let's say, warp field dynamics. Well, that control, he's got a really good control right now. He's got control of 10, command of 3. He has probably been taught to keep cool under pressure. So we'll say composure right now. Alright, so on to step 5, career length. Here we go. So you've got novices, someone who's experienced, and someone who's a veteran. You can obviously choose randomly, but I see my guy as, he may have grown up in Starfleet, but he's not a lifer yet. He's youngish. He's in his late 30s, early 40s. He's a captain, so we're going to say he is experienced. So we can add any value we like. That's what you get in step 5. Now, if you are having trouble figuring out a value, you can come here. They've actually got a handy dandy values matrix. There are also a lot of lists of values that you can find online. Go to continuing mission. You will have trouble missing them. They've got tons and tons of them. But since I'm not sure what to put here, I am just going to randomly roll and see what I come up with. 14. Sensors can't tell you everything. Interesting. Sounds like he's kind of a hands-on guy. He may have... Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Kind of an odd one for a... spoiling for a fight. Seeking to find myself far from home. Well, he's at home. He's on a starship. No, let's go with that. See how we can make that work. He's displaying text. There we go. Sensors can't tell you everything. I wonder what the story behind that is. I'm sure we'll find out as we go along. Excuse me. All right. All right. So onward to step 6. You run this one twice. They are career events. Each one will give you +1 to an attribute, +1 to a discipline, and +1 to a focus. So here we are, step 6, career events. Now, you can roll these completely randomly. Ship destroyed, death of a friend. These should look very familiar to you if you've played STA before, but you can roll them completely randomly, or you can pick and choose them. Now, since my character is cybernetically enhanced, this one right here, serious injury, seems like a gimme. Career events. Serious injury. I still don't know what the nature of his cybernetic enhancements are, but we'll figure that out as soon as we can. Save while you're thinking about it, Patrick. All right, here we go. So, let us scroll over to serious injury. Seriously hurt, needed to spend a considerable amount of time recovering. What was happening when your character was injured? All right. Let's just say, we are before discovery arrived in the 32nd century. So it's after the burn. I'm going to say, what was happening? They were on a patrol. Attacked by the Emerald Chain. There's a lot of damage to his ship, and he lost an eye and an arm. And this part of his face where he lost the eye was reconstructed a little more obviously than necessary, possibly. And he's got a cybernetic arm. Facial damage. Lost right arm. Ready for the next career event. 1, 2. What does his recovery entail? We'll kind of keep that murky for right now. But yes, obviously the character needed a prosthesis or cybernetic implant afterward. Boom, there's that. Attributes. He's going to get a bump in fitness, and because he was surrounded by doctors for so long, he's going to get a bump in medicine. So, step 6, I get a bump in fitness. Step 6 here, he's going to get a bump in medicine. Right. Now, for the next one, I don't know. Let's let the dice decide. Mentored. Okay. So let's get to mentored. Who was the mentor? They remain a contact or even friend of your character. It would be so easy to just say, you know, the highest ranking person we've ever seen in Star Trek Discovery, Admiral Vance, but that seems kind of cheesy. Mentor. We'll say it happened after his recovery while revivery. That's a new one, Pat. All right. Oh, waiting for a new ship assignment. Piloted an admiral. This will remain to be seen as well. Mentor's lessons in many came in many forms. Increase any one attribute by 1. Time spent as the mentor's pilot in studying the structure and procedures of the organization. Increase character's con. So, any attribute and con. Get back on snoring on. Any attribute. We're going to say his presence. The Admiral helped him with his confidence and presentation because he saw something in the poor guy. So there is that. Now, one thing I didn't do a minute ago, both of these come with focuses. Reflecting the circumstances of the injury that helped them through recover. This is for the serious injury. Sorry, injury or something that helped them recover. Art, athletics, philosophy. For the mentored, examples include composure or etiquette. So for the serious injury, let's look at the medical focuses. Kinesiology, physical therapy. He may have picked up a little something about emergency medicine. Let's let the dice decide about this focus. 2d20. 8. Chemistry. Okay. Chemistry. He's got one more. Alright, let's look at command focuses, since he was mentoring an admiral. Mentored by an admiral, pardon me. So here is a list of command-oriented focuses. Let us. 32. The Prime Directive. Is that even a thing in the 32nd century? It has to be. That's Starfleet's very core, is the Prime Directive. And perhaps it is very important to this admiral for reasons of his own. Alright, pardon me a moment while I engage one of my my little idiosyncrasies and sort these alphabetically. Just because if any of you ever followed my works for Star Trek Adventures and you wonder what part of my process is, well, you're looking at it right now. Alright, there. Save. Brings us back to our flowchart. Step 7. Finishing touches. +2 to attributes. +2 to discipline. And a value. These are chosen freely. Alright, I know I want him to have a little more. I want him to have 4 in command. Because he's going to be a starship captain, so we need to do that. 3 is probably sufficient there. He's much more. He's either engineering or security focused. His engineering background with his folks is going to win out there. So there are all 16 discipline points. All right. Control is actually very good. His fitness is actually very good. What his weaknesses are his daring and his reason. Since I like the idea of him being reasonably intelligent, I'm going to put a point there. Got one more. He was daring low. I'm going to give him a little more insight. He learned to read people with the Admiral, and there we go. All 56 of my my attribute points. Don't worry about this stuff over here. I use this sheet when I'm generating regular Star Trek Adventures characters, since we don't have specific damage values in Captain's Log. We can just ignore all this. We don't need to worry about stress or any of the values over here. So save that so I don't lose it. And a value. Let's go back up here and just for grins, we'll see if this sparks anything. 15. Spoiling for... No, he's not spoiling for a fight. I'm going to try that one more time. Exploration is the blood that fills my veins. I like that. Okay. That was step 7, finishing touches. So, we already saw nothing exceeded 12 or total 56 in attributes. Disciplines, nothing was 5, exceeded 16 total points of disciplines. We had 4 values and 6 focuses. All right, let's do this next thing. The game comes with, excuse me, the game comes with a form-fillable character sheet. So, what is this guy's name? I could randomize it, but I'm not going to. Derek. Come on, show me a name. Marshall. Eric Marshall. Pronouns. He, him. Traits. He is human. He is cybernetically enhanced. The captain. Assignment. Well, that's a darn good question. That's going to be the next video. That's creating a starship, and we're not quite there yet. So, his environment was a starship or starbase. His upbringing. Starfleet. Education. Starfleet Academy. Command track. Tackle. God, what's with you? Career length. He is experienced. Seriously. Injured. Mentored. Focuses. Chemistry. Composure. And phasers in the prime directive. Starfleet protocols and warp field dynamics. His values. Exploration is the blood that fills my veins. Here is my family. Sensors can't tell you everything. Like when there's a cloaked Orion vessel from the Emerald Chain fixing to ambush you. Sensors didn't tell him that. And the last one, Starfleet is a promise. Let's fill in his attributes and his disciplines. Alright. Control is a 10. Daring is an 8. So a 10. Insight 10. Sense is a 9, as is his reason. Whereas con is a 3. 2. Engineering 3. 2 for science and 2 for medicine. While I am thinking about this, I am going to save. And guys, I think this is where we are going to stop it for right now. Next time we pick up, I'll probably have a little more of his backstory filled in, and we will work on his ship. Guys, appreciate you sticking out with this. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit your little bell for notifications. If you want to help support the channel, there'll be links in the description for that. Till then, live long and prosper, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.